Hello friends, today we are going to see the linear measurement. In that we'll cover the introduction to the linear measurement, classification of linear measuring instruments. There are two classification on the basis of graduation and on the basis of precision. So first we'll go for the introduction to the linear measurement. Most of the people first contact with the linear measurement is with a steel rule or a tape measurement. However, today's engineer has a choice of wide range of instrument to choose from, right from the mechanically operated instrument to the digitally or a digital electronics instrument. So here, these are all the mechanical instruments: uh, vernier, height gauge, micrometer, depth gauge. Then you can see this is the outside micrometer, inside micrometer, dial gauge, vernier. This what we are talking about, the digital electronics instrument, that is a vernier caliper here. So when you are using the various instruments, you should know the application, or as per the applications, there are different choices of instrument, and cost also plays a very important role. So that's why one has to be consider the nature of application and the cost of measure to decide which instrument is the best for the applications. So in this case, there is again some are the precise and the non-precise measuring instruments which I have shown on this screen. We'll go more detail. So first, in the introduction, in the linear measurement applies to the measurement of length, height, diameter, then width, thickness. Even you can check the radius also. If you want to go for the internal and external diameter measurement, still it is possible by using a different instruments. Here we can check the height, width, or a thickness by using a vernier, or even with the micrometers, or even with the scale, right? Linear measuring instruments are designed on the basis of line standard or a end standard. So we have already studied the line standard and end standard. In line standard, we can see the example of a scale, then the measuring tape. While in the end standards, the various examples are the micrometers, vernier caliper, and slip gauges. So all these equipment which are using the name here, all these are the linear measuring instruments. The classification of a linear measuring instruments, there are two major classifications of the measuring instrument. One is the on the basis of the graduation, right? And other one is the according to the precision. First, we'll go for the classification on the basis of graduation. In that, there is a graduated instruments, means the instruments are marked with the division, right? And or units of measurement. Here on the scale, there are the graduation we can see, or the number of divisions we can see equally spaced. Along with that, there is a unit, maybe a centimeter, or a inch. So, so this is also a vernier micrometer depth gauge, in which again the scale, as there is a graduation here, so this instrument comes under the graduated instruments. Vernier also is a graduated instruments. Micrometer, then this is a vernier height gauge. Okay, so basically when whatever the instruments I have shown, all these are the again a linear graduation, right? Means whatever the divisions are shown, they are the linear graduation. Along with that, there are some other one, that is a curved graduation. You can see on this dial gauge, there is a curved graduation. Okay. Now, when you're talking about a linear graduated, the we can see the units may be centimeter, inch, like that. If you go for the again the curved graduation, you can see this is a protector. And in the protectors, the units may be degree, minutes, right? Like that, these are the curved graduated instruments. Then there is a second one in non-graduated instrument. When you're talking about a non-graduated instrument, means measuring devices are used to make comparison between the dimension or to transfer a dimension of dimension for measurement by graduated devices. If you see this one, this is a screw pitch gauge. So with the help of screw pitch gauge, we just compare the pitch of a screw, but you will not get a exact value there. Here it shows the pitch is 2 mm, but we can't say that it is a 1.99 or a 2.1 like that. Okay, because there is no graduated scale there. You can see the second examples here. This is a radius gauge which we are using the just to check the radius. Here also there is no graduated scale there. This is the example of a caliper. Here we are measuring the external diameter of a component. Here we can check the internal diameter. Again, there is no scale, but these dimensions can be transferred over the scale there. I'll show you that. This is a feeler gauge. So just if you see in this diagram, this is a straight edge and is a surface plate. Here we are just checking that whether there is a gap between these two, or whether it is perfectly flat or not. No graduations, means no lines over the, or no scale is provided. This is a radius gauge, or also called as a thickness gauge. So this is how we are, you can see this is a caliper. If I am measuring the outer diameter, these dimensions I have to transfer it over the scale. Means ultimately we need a scale for that. So all these are the non-graduated instruments. Then the classification on the basis of precision. Again, there are precise and non-precise. First, we'll see the non-precision type of instrument. In this case, they are used where high measurement accuracy is not required. You can see the example here. This is a steel rule. It is the simplest and I say the most commonly measuring instruments during the inspection. Other one is the caliper. So these are used for the measurement of part which cannot be measured directly with the scale. If you see the example here, this is how while manufacturing on a lathe machine or wood lathe machine, if I want to check the diameter, then I can take the help of this caliper, and this dimension we can transfer it on the scale so that we will get an exact value there. Then this is the telescopic gauge. So as we know that the name indicates that it has a structure shape like a telescope. That's why it is called as a telescope gauge. And this telescope gauge is used to measure the internal diameter of the hole, or you can say the slots also, or the grooves also. Okay. So if you see these, the two telescopic rods are there. Then there is a handle and a screw, locking screw. Then the precision type instrument. In this precision type of instruments, I have shown this is the example of vernier depth gauge. You can just check the depth of a just by using the vernier depth gauge. Or when you're talking about the precision type, first of all, they are used for direct measuring the physical quantities. So here this is the physical quantity which we are directly checking, or I can say that obtaining the measurement indirectly by making the calculation on the real world objects in such a manner that one can get a precise value. So even we can see if we require a more precise value, we can use the two scales there. Even you can see this is a vernier height gauge. Here also there are two scale, main scale and a vernier scale, and this is just for just marking the over the job. right? Very precisely. So this job and the component are placed on the surface plate. This is again a micrometer depth gauge. So here also there are two scales for highly precise measurements. You can do it. This is outside micrometer. Vernier. This when we are talking this with the help of this vernier, we can measure the outer diameter, internal diameter, as well as the depth also. But very precisely. Again, there are two scale, main scale and the vernier scale are there. And slip gauge is also an example of the precision instrument, as we know that slip gauge will act as a masterpiece or a reference. Okay, we can check the even the accuracy of the other instruments also. So this is all about the precision type of instruments. So thank you, friend.